There we go. So where were we? Yeah, the first half, like you two guys said, it was a bit sluggish at times. It was a bit lackluster, but I don't think we got out of second gear. Loads of changes from Wednesday. Some first teamers that you would have thought had started.
Yeah.
And we were clinical when we needed to be with that. I mean, the goal. Well, I mean, Kudus. All I will say, thank you, West Ham fans, for talking absolute nonsense and getting him out the door. And I hope once you've seen that 3-0 defeat, you go onto your football app, look at the Spurs score and see assist Kudus, man of the match Kudus. He was absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, he was. And such quality in the crossing, particularly for the overhead, for the scissor kick goal from Richarlison. And you can see just what he's going to bring us to this in a Spurs shirt. It's not just what he's doing in an attacking output, but I thought his defensive work rate, particularly in the first half when Burnley were on top of us a little bit, that's what he's going to bring as well, isn't it?
He brings fight, spirit, determination, grip, pace, power, show. But I mean, we can run attributes off. I just think for a debut, and like you said, those two crosses, if he can strike up a relationship with Richarlison, and then you add, like you said, the potential incomings around him for quality, my God, it's looking rosy, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of, Richarlison, I don't know, I can't remember what your stance was going into the summer, whether you wanted to keep him or not, but where are you now with him after today's performance? And do you think, whether you want him to stay or not, do you think he's staying now after, today?
I think you look at it, Sim, he's got to keep fit. That's always the issue with him, isn't it? That's always the issue. We saw against PSG, we will probably say it's one of his best games in a Spurs shirt, his hold-up play and his touch, which has been very wonky at times. But he was great at PSG. And his hold-up play and everything. I mean, what I did love with him as well, forget the goals, is his involvement in the build-up for Johnson's goal. Yeah. On the halfway line, that just putting the ball down, flicking it over someone, releasing it to Sasa Toure. Geez, what is going on with that guy? Jesus. The Frank Revolution is real, people. I think it's all... I was at the season, Sim, to answer your question, that I think he's got to go and we'll get another striker in. But you see him scoring goals like that. He hasn't really had the service since he's been here, has he? That second goal was like he scored in the World Cup for Brazil.
Yeah.
And if you can get in the service, which we've just seen Mohamed Kudus will provide, then you add the potential of Eze and Savio or Savinho, whatever the name he goes by. Then there's going to be chances that he'll put away. It's always about his fitness with Richie, isn't it? Always.
Yeah. Look, if we can keep him fit, he will bang goals for us. He's been doing every time he is fit, he scores pretty much last season. So I have no doubt in my mind that if we can keep him fit over the course of the season, then that need for a number 9, in my opinion, goes dramatically down. But you just mentioned him there just before, Sasa Toure, Pat Matasar. I mean, look, we were waxing lyrical about him all pre-season. Now he's come down into the Premier League. He's a threat on goal. Had his hand in 2 of the goals that we scored, because don't forget, in the first goal, it was him that won the ball back and sprayed it out to Mohamed Kudus that got Richie his first goal. So, I mean, this guy is just going from strength to strength, isn't he?
He is, but you know what? And there's managers that can get the best out of players. And regardless what you think of Frank or previous managers gone by, during this game today, you could just see there was a plan. The shape of the team was brilliant. There was always a pass on. There was always an option. And Sarr was the heartbeat of that. Sarr literally was in the middle of the park. He was here, there, and everywhere. And he's just an engine. And Thomas Frank has already done a wonderful job with him. Because, like you said, last season he did go down, but that was with a lot of the players due to injuries, due to a host of things. But I think if you were to look at the players that we had last season and have got into this season, I think he is the one that's developed the most already under Frank by far.
Yeah, along with Richarlison, I think them two, you mentioned Kudus being man of the match. For me, it was like hands down Richarlison, like the hold-up play, the passing, the finishing. His performance was absolutely perfect today.
Well, you look at I think, you could say Sarr, you could say Kudus, you could say Richarlison, Bergvall. Porro was good. Porro's very good, actually, sorry. there was a host of players that actually put in look, it's the first game of the season, so it's always nice to get it over the line. But 3 goals, 3-0, clean sheet, not out of second gear. Players like Bentancur, Paulinho, and others on the bench, Solanke. More hopefully coming in the 2 that we really hope for. What a way to start a season.
Yeah. Brian, there are now reports saying Frank was so blown away by today's performance, we don't need Eze and Savinho anymore.
I'm sure that's absolutely that's come out of that's Simeon tier 3006, yeah.
But you just think about getting them into this team, you know, with that what you saw today as well, how much that could really elevate us. It's just so important we get these deals done, isn't it?
Oh, Sim, it's so important. But also, if you look at it, as Ben and you were saying as well, he went 3-5-2 to nullify Paris Saint-Germain because of what they had. He went back 4-2-3-1 with this today. You would imagine he goes back 3-5-2 to, and I love what you said, Simeon, about using the substitutions wisely and smartly. There will be a real crux of players that are going to get regular game time. And if Frank can keep tinkering with what he does there, he's going to have options, isn't he? And could you imagine if it was like an Eze, Solanke, Paulinho on the bench on one game to come on and need to change the game? You'd feel so comfortable or confident that things would happen. It's exciting times.
Yeah, it really is exciting times. Talk to me a bit about Brennan Johnson. What did you make out of his performance today? Because obviously he gets his goal, top quality goal at that as well. But, you know, we were sitting here kind of criticising him at half time, but he does what he does, pops up with the goal.
He does. You know what we were talking about in the Scotland Yard? And we're thinking at one point, if it wouldn't have done well to have Kudus running at Kyle Walker and give Johnson on the right, so then he might feel more comfortable and be at that far post, because he was pretty non-existent in that first half. But then, like you said, Brennan Johnson does what Brennan Johnson does. It weren't a far post tapping. It was a lovely finish, wasn't it? Yeah. Lovely build-up. This is the thing. In this game, there were moments of you could see the play that they were trying to do, couldn't you? You could see it was slow, then bang, let's go for a counter-attack. And Johnson took his goal really well. But again, he just didn't offer much on the left for the team, did he? But when he was needed, the boys are back of the net, 3-0.
Confident for next weekend, going up to Man City? Mate,
first of all, Spurs do what they do against City. And as I said to you, people don't understand or think that this is just me being happy because I am ecstatic with Frank. I'm absolutely I am so delighted with Frank. I am going to be on a season-long party cheering his great name. Like I said, first line of defence. I am so ecstatic we've got him. And forget the pre-season and lack of quality which was there. The games that mattered, PSG, all right, the result weren't right, but Burnley, you can see the football, you can see the shape, you can see the plan. I love even with the subs when they're all talking to all the coaches when they come off. You can see them I'm just so supremely happy that we got the manager I wanted. I honestly believe he will lead us on to good things, great things even. And we've got a very special manager and good times are ahead. So uber-duper confident.
Big up, Brian. Thanks for coming on today, my friend, as always.